What's up, boys?
What up?
I'm tired.
My allergies stuck.
Yeah. So do the Heat.
Valid.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't make the actual playoffs though. Now they actually get the lottery pick. Oh no. I forgot.
One can dream.
It's a draft episode. I was gonna get into my draft information stuff. Well, my draft gear. It's just a Cowboys polo. That's all it is.
Oh, okay.
That's
I was like,
nothing.
what are you talking about here?
It's nothing special. It's just a Cowboys polo. But I'm just gonna throw it on. So Joe, what's up? We haven't talked since Bam did his 83-point game.
Well,
And then since then the Heat lost like 12 out of like 14 and barely made the 10th seed and lost to the Hornets on some BS, but it is what it is.
my allergies have been swamping me. That is what I will say.
You were still on the phone.
My most of the weekend I haven't been able to breathe through my left nostril. It's been pretty great.
Have you done a saline wrench? Stick that thing in there. Just
I probably need to.
you probably should. See?
Problem with living in a small town is there's not even a gas station, brother.
Dang. So you can't go home with like low gas and be like, I'll just get it in the morning. No, you got to get it
Correct.
in the moment.
Correct. Yep. No, that is the life. I don't have a gas station. I don't have
Where's your closest
much
stuff?
anything.
To Center?
Rock Valley.
Oh, were you in Carmel?
No. Dune.
Oh, okay. Word. Well,
the drunkest county in Iowa. One of the top 50 in the United States.
now it's probably top 40 that you're there.
We'll see.
Not yet.
We'll see if I can raise that bar.
At least the top 49. All right. Well, I'm sorry, what?
I don't know.
I'm tired.
Same.
It's 3:52 on the East Coast.
It's 2:52 here.
Yeah, we're old. So yeah, we've missed a lot of stuff, like the U.S. losing the WBC.
Yep.
That's okay. Still America.
Baseball sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. Except for when the Cubs win the World Series this year.
Yeah.
I don't actually believe that.
I was hoping so.
It's the Dodgers are gonna three-peat. The Dodgers are the new Yankees. I don't like the new StreamYard logo. I'm sorry, that was random. I don't like it.
I'm okay with it. Speaking of baseball, though, there is something new in Colorado sports. They have a new minority owner of the Rockies, so maybe the Rockies might actually become halfway decent.
Nah.
Well, it's Walmart money, so there's a chance.
Oh, is it? Did they get people who own the Broncos now own the Rockies? Are they just?
Well, they bought 40%.
Oh, okay. So they own the Rockies about as much as the Mahomes owns the Royals.
Yeah,
something like that.
The previous owner didn't want to sell majority, but he sold minority stake.
Okay. Well,
that's
something that happened.
Yeah. All of my Broncos people were tweeting like crazy, and I'm like, "What's? Did the Broncos do another trade or something? What's going on?" Go on to Twitter, and it's about the Rockies. I'm like, "Oh, okay, well, whatever."
We never talked about the Broncos' first acquisition.
Yeah,
from outside sources.
Yeah,
and the Miami Dolphins losing all their Jalens.
I thought for sure that was going to net me sleeping on the couch.
If they get rid of all the Jalen's, I can't. I know they still got a couple. They got a couple. Jalen, what's the running back? The one they got last year or 2 years ago. Right? Is it right?
Yeah, Jalen Wright out of Tennessee.
Yeah. Is that the only Jalen left? Is it the last one? The last Avenger?
They don't have the edge.
Yeah, they don't got Phillips. They don't got Ramsey. They don't got Waddle.
Maybe.
They might. That's.
Might have to do a deep dive. Figure it out.
Definitely. Maybe we should make the Dolphins our team for this year that we talk about in every episode. I feel like that'd be a bad team to choose, at least for this year.
Yeah. I don't know how much of a believer in Malik Willis you are, but I'm not one.
I'm not. I would be more optimistic if they had a receiver that was better than Jalen Tolbert. Oh, they have Jalen Tolbert. They got him from the Cowboys. Yeah. They get Jalen Tolbert. Yeah. I don't know who their other receivers are outside of him.
Malik Washington.
Who? Oh, from the Titans?
No. It's is it Malik? I don't know if it's Malik. There's a Washington. I think he's like number 8.
Yeah, we're gonna have to pull this. We're gonna have to deep dive on this, but we also got a deep dive on the NFL draft is this week. NBA playoffs are starting. I know, we're like, whatever. I'm rooting for chaos, like always. Yes, Malik Washington. Okay. Oh, they got Tutu Atwell as well. And he's number 6, by the way, for Malik Washington. He might have been number 8, but
no, that makes more sense now that I remember. Now that you say it.
Yeah. So
8 and 6 kind of look like the same on the jersey. Just missing one little spot.
So basically, looking at their offense, they have Devon Achane. And on their defense, just looking at it, they got Jordan Brooks.
Yep. We'll see if we can help him out though with the draft we're doing.
Yeah, we're gonna do a mock draft where we just do it. Nothing crazy. Just pick how the board falls, and go from there. And then maybe do a little bit deeper dive on other things that make it more fun. There was a time where, because obviously I live in Florida, a lot of the people I talk to are Buccaneers or Dolphins fans, that I was like, you guys suck. Just give us Jordan Brooks. We'll take him. We'll take him off your hands. We'll give you our 4th round pick, which I know is a slap in the face. But Jordan Brooks is what, 28?
And he's a linebacker.
Yeah, and he's a linebacker. So, yeah. You know what? I'll even give you the 3rd round pick that we picked up from the Rashawn Gary trade, which is, I think, pick 60 or some shit like that.
Need some run defense help?
No, but I'm out of that ballpark now. So we have we have a couple trades to talk about. One that we never mentioned before because we didn't have a pod, and one that happened literally this morning or last night.
Yesterday, last night. Yeah.
It was last.
It was while we were watching WrestleMania.
Yeah. WrestleMania, the punt. That's all I know about what happened at WrestleMania was the punt.
Yeah. There was a punt, yes.
The first punt since like 2009 or some shit like that.
First punt in 6 years, I think they said.
Oh, was there another punt before that, like randomly?
Probably.
So heel Randy Orton is back, potentially.
Yeah. Maybe.
Shit. Well,
he's been back for about a month, but yeah.
Yeah, no, didn't he attack him on the signing or whatever? I haven't watched wrestling since since Nam.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure Cena was at title number 13. That might be over exaggerating a little bit, but
that is definitely over exaggeration.
But how long was he at 16?
He was at 16 right? For a long time because he didn't want to pass Flair.
Well, shit. Well, we've got the NFL draft, NBA playoffs, WrestleMania chaos. We'll talk about it day 1 and tonight, day 2. And there's probably gonna be some things in there that get us in trouble, or you guys call us idiots, that's why that's our name. and of course, as always, Caitlin Clark is awesome. But
yes,
let's giggity. Hey, I did it.
It sounded like it was going around my head, like the sound from that.
Oh yeah. Oh.
So I'm like, I was like sitting here, and I'm like, it's going around to me, like I feel it.
Yeah. Just I didn't have a Hot Wheels car, so I just grabbed my mouse. And yeah, you guys do need to build your Jalen's back up, because looking at the depth chart, you guys only have 2, Jalen Wright and Jalen Tolbert. Oh nope, there's a tight end, Jalen Conyers. That's 3. Told you I was looking this up. That's it. No Jalen's on the defense. So now we got to be at like we got to figure out. We got to look. This might change the whole mock draft. We might just got to be like, Dolphins on the board. Is there a Jalen available?
I'm down to rank 32. I have not seen a Jalen. The entire first page, there's no Jalen.
Yeah, I know. The 13 championships was definitely an over exaggeration for me, but it's been a couple years. I'm pretty sure it's the last time I watched it, like it was before Roman left the first time with his cancer.
Yep.
That was probably the last time I really watched it.
It's probably prior pandemic.
Probably. So about 6 or 7 years. Let's just say the Dolphins have the same amount of playoff wins since the last time that I watched wrestling religiously.
Dang.
Shots fired. Well, you want to talk about something sexy? Let's talk about Sexy Dexy, Joe. The trade that went down.
I'm seeing a lot of things where people are saying that each team got fleeced, and I don't agree with it. I think it was just a good trade on both ends.
So I do think it was a good trade on both ends, but when the Dexter Lawrence first made his initial request, it felt more like he actually wanted out. It wasn't like the Myles Garrett, just give me money.
Yeah.
And I had a list of 5 places where I thought he would go, because this was actually like right at the return of me back to TikTok is when this happened. Yep. And I said it was I'm gonna try to remember off the top of my head, the Lions, the Ravens. I know the Bengals were one of them. The Bengals were one of the teams, so that means I nailed it, right?
Vikings would have been a team that I would have had on there.
I think I did. I'm actually going to pull it up. So I went Texans. Oh, I went Jags. I think the Vikings just missed. I went Texans, Jags, Lions, Ravens, and then Cincinnati. And then for Cincinnati, I said this makes just so much sense for both sides, but Dexter Lawrence doesn't play on the offense, so they're probably not going to do it.
Correct.
Which is exactly what I said. So I think I nailed it.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I like the trade for both teams. I think the Giants need to get younger, and the Bengals need to push right now. And
could you imagine Sexy Dexy with Trey Hendrickson? Oh,
too soon. I don't know. Like, people that are saying that they got fleeced, I'm like, the Crosby deal was 2 firsts.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dex had a bad season last year, so it's a little bit lighter.
Mm-hmm.
I see them as equal caliber players.
Mm-hmm.
Pick 10 is a little more valuable than pick 14. Mm-hmm. I can see it. I don't think either team got fleeced. It was just a good all around trade.
Was that the whole trade? Just just this year's 10th for him? Was that the whole trade?
That's all I've seen. Shay was telling me originally that there was a 4th in there as well, but I haven't seen anything about a 4th. But yeah,
I mean, that was it. Just the one pick 10 and Dexter Lawrence. And he instantly signed an extension, by the way, if you didn't know.
Yeah, I kind of figured, but like the second we get to pick 10, we can go over it, and I can almost guarantee you I would rather have Dex for the next 3 years.
Yeah. But it makes sense for the Giants because they can
because they're not in a 3-year window.
Exactly.
So it's they're thinking of more long term, which I mean, beautiful thing for both teams.
Well, all I know is what it did for sure is slightly switch up the draft a little bit, because having 2 picks in the top 10 is pretty nice. Very nice.
Oh, it will be very nice for this draft.
Very nice.
Because I think there are about 13 players that I really like in this draft.
For me, obviously I'm a Cowboys fan. I'm not terrified of the Giants in any way, shape, or form. They're like little brother. They're cute. I realize they've won 2 Super Bowls more recently than the Cowboys. I get that. But when it comes to against the Cowboys specifically, they're a little brother. They might win one every now and then, but
yeah,
they're little brother. And winning the Super Bowl has nothing to do with the rivalry against the Cowboys, unless they beat the Cowboys in the Super Bowl, which that's impossible.
I don't want to say something, but I also want to say something.
Full send. We don't think about shit on this thing. We just
your entire division isn't the younger brother. You're the dad who thinks they're still in their heyday.
Yeah, or yeah, exactly. And we still will beat them down sometimes. They might get a couple good licks in, but we still going to come out on top in terms of the head-to-head battles.
Yeah, but I think the entire division is back in my day.
Except for the only ironic thing about being the dad who thinks he still got it is the Cowboys are the youngest team in that division.
Yeah.
By far.
Oh, I'm specifically looking at Washington. Back in my day.
Oh, when they were the Redskins.
Yeah.
Actually, let me.
But I think there are about now for certain team fits. There's obviously more players that I like, but as far as just good overall talent, I think there's about 13 players. So I think the Giants are guaranteed to get 2 of those 13, which is an awesome thing.
They could double up from Ohio State.
Potentially.
They could. I think they might.
I don't think they will have the chance.
I didn't say double defense.
I don't think they will have the chance.
But yeah, we can look into it for sure. So I do want to do.
Shay just keeps saying that to me.
What?
I wonder who the Broncos are going to pick with the first round. Oh, wait. We already picked. We picked Jalen Waddle.
That is true. They did pick Jalen Waddle.
We picked. Our pick was the first pick in.
Yeah, and their first pick, their first player from another team that they signed. Oh, we're getting fancy. I knew I was going to do this. I was going to forget about it, but we're going to run this thing the whole way through.
We're going to do that for the entire mock?
For the entire mock draft. So we'll just go through the draft. Your odds, I'm even, since the Cowboys ironically have 2 even picks, and the Broncos pick was Jalen Waddle.
Yep.
Which
that way you have the Cowboys pick. I won't be messing you over.
Should you pick 30 since that was the Broncos' original pick?
We can. Do you want to pick? Do you want to pick instead? Do you want a pick in trade back for that?
Just give me the Chiefs right before it, unless you want to do the Chiefs.
I kind of want to do the Chiefs because I'm going to say things that the picks I'm going to do for the Chiefs and like all division teams are going to be picks that I personally would hate.
Okay, yeah, you do.
So I'm going to pick well for them.
Then I'll just. Do you have one for the Patriots? After that,
I do not.
Okay. Then I'll just take your Patriots pick then. Right. So this one, let's just run through it. I know some of them feel like they're already there. They're going to be. That's the pick they're going to have, and it's not going to be a lot of surprises. And then we'll do another quick one with similar picks, but with trades.
Sounds good to me.
All right. So, well, the Las Vegas Raiders are on the clock.
Vegas Raiders on the clock. I saw a little bit of a rumor today that they might not be in love with Fernando Mendoza. Please, Raiders, please trade this pick because that kid just wins and is a good leader. I'm going to be picking Fernando Mendoza to the Raiders, but please, Raiders, trade that pick. Trade it to the Jets. Make my day.
Well, yeah, I think the same thing with that. With the second pick, the New York Jets, I have seen a whole bunch of random shit with the Jets. I've seen one with Carnell Tate going to.
The one I've seen a lot of late is the David Bailey one.
Yeah, it's
I'm just like
either or, right?
I'm seeing a lot of David Bailey, and I'm like, he's good, and Arvel Reese are good. Those are the two that I would debate here.
Yes,
But
same. And
I'm seeing a lot more David Bailey.
I've seen a lot more David Bailey as well, and I guess it just depends on like I think these two are going 2-3 any way you slice it.
I don't necessarily, because I think the Cardinals could trade down.
Okay. Well, in this case, when it like we talked about it off air, where there's a little bit of smoke, there's usually fire. So I'm gonna go ahead and draft David Bailey.
Okay.
I think I would go Reese, but that's just me.
I would agree.
So
for the Cardinals here,
they don't trade. We can do the fun one.
Assuming they don't trade, I don't think there is there's not a Joe Walter Penny Sewell that I believe I've heard about. And I think that's sort of what the Cardinals want to do. And from what I've at least heard online and read. So I'm gonna take Arvel Reese here. Edge is just too valuable of position, and they don't have an elite guy.
Mm-hmm.
The only worry I have is, are they going to make him a tweener too much? Because the Cardinals did that with Isaiah Simmons.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be my main concern.
Well, yeah, I think because don't the Cardinals have like pick 16 or something like that? I think they can get a solid tackle out of there.
I don't think the Cardinals have another first.
I thought they did.
No, they do not.
Then I probably saw one with a trade where they traded back in. That's probably what I saw. But I necessarily don't like this for the Titans because I don't think the Titans are this position away from drafting to doing anything. But I do think they will take Jeremiah Love. I like you said, there's no center guard, there's no offensive lineman of anything of, and Ruben Bain had the whole like crazy. I mean, could they take Sonny Styles? I mean, yes.
I think they are primed to trade with the Cardinals if they want one of those two edges.
Yes, I could see that as well, like a flip flop. I will go ahead and draft Jeremiah Love. And then we have.
Then I'm sitting here with the Giants. Oh, and the Giants. Man, I don't know that they take Sonny Styles. That's the only thing.
I don't think that they will either. I see before the trade, I saw one person, and now I see two different ways they can go. The anticipation for waiting to get to 12, because now we're in the area of the players that would help the Cowboys.
Yep. And because I don't see their specific needs, in my opinion, as players, I have to go with who I think is the best player in the draft. So I'm taking Caleb Downs.
Okay. I actually agree with that.
They could use him like a chess piece. He can be all over the field. He is outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
They're just missing so much still as a team, and they need that star talent.
Yes, indeed. So with the way this has fallen, there's no quarterback worthy for the Browns.
No. There won't be in the entire first round.
No, I don't. I still think it might still be a little early for an offensive lineman. I could see them taking. I don't.
Francis Mauanoa could go here.
Yes, Mauanoa, but I think the Browns will trade out.
Yes.
I also saw one with them taking Carnell Tate, and I was like, I don't hate it, but I don't love it all at the same time.
Yep.
So I'll take Mauanoa here for the Browns, and then we have the comms, the commie comms with their new. Did you see their uniforms where they get the spear like through the W now?
I did not.
Yeah, it's kind of eh.
Sitting here at 7, I am stuck between 2 players, and it's the top 2 players. I'm actually the 3 players that I wanted for Washington are all 3 here. They signed Edge in free agency. They spent $100 million on a guy, so I'm going to take Sonny Styles.
Dun, dun, dun.
It was between Sonny and Ruben Bain, and it's another reason that I think that your Cowboys are trading up to 6.
Me too. So then I think the Saints, and if this is how the board falls, I think their best available would be Bain or Carnell Tate, based off their needs.
Yes.
Do we believe Bain is going to free fall due to the shit that came out with the whole thing that everybody knew about, but the public didn't know about?
I don't think it's going to affect anything, though.
I'm taking Bain here for the Saints. I mean, Cam Jordan is old. He probably have like 2 more.
Is Cam Jordan did sign back?
I don't know. Did he? I thought he did. Let's check. Oh, he's only 36. I thought he was older than that. As of right now, I think he's still on the. Oh, he's not quite. Okay, maybe he's not. He's on vacation in Japan. So I guess that even solidifies with his stuff in question. Give me Ruben Bain.
Yep.
And if he is there, he'll be a good mentor for a young man who has a little bit of trouble. I think everybody likes Cameron Jordan. I don't see why not.
Yeah. Okay. I've said this the entire draft season. This is the pick I do not want to have happen. The most. I don't think it will happen, but I'm going based off of what do I fear the most. And that is Kenyon Sadiq going to the Chiefs to be the next Travis Kelce.
The more I hear that, because I could see Sadiq slipping and potentially being available later in the first. Because if you look at the teams, like, is there really a spot for Sadiq?
It terrifies me. That is the pick I'm doing. I definitely don't. I think they would trade up from the second pick or trade down from this pick.
Yeah.
But the main thing that I was wanting for the Chiefs is I think they would have taken Ruben Jane. But he went to pick before him.
And that's where you start to see trades.
Yeah. So
because the Chiefs they draft pretty well. They normally don't reach.
Correct. I don't know that Mansour Delane is their type of corner.
No.
So that's another reason I'm like, I don't know. I don't know that they can burn another first on another wide receiver.
No.
They don't really need guard.
No.
And the next offensive lineman I like is the guard out of Penn State, Inavango Owane, however it's pronounced.
That was close enough.
Um,
We're not an English
so,
podcast.
so I'm gonna take Kenyon Sadiq here, and I hate it.
Valid. And refresh my brain here. With pick 5, you took the Downs, right?
I took Caleb Downs, yes.
Okay. This is where I think they could double up with Ohio State and go Carnell Tate. Give Jackson Dart another weapon. They already have, Psycho as a running back. And I could also see the Giants taking Jeremiah Love at 5 if the Titans don't.
Yeah.
But Carnell Tate, Malik Neighbors, because Wan'Dale Robinson's gone. That would be kind of a scary thing for a team in the same division that doesn't really have a secondary. That they wear blue. The other team that wears blue. So I think that would be. I would not like that. So I think they would go Tate if he's still there.
It's valid. Well, Fins are now on the clock finally for the first time.
I'm gonna search for any Jalen's in the draft. Oh, there's a couple Jalen's.
You don't have to. The top guy on the board is going here. It's Mansour Delane. They need corner. When Storm Duck is one of your starters, you need corner.
Well, with this, the Cowboys' first pick, based on how the board is fall, this is where I think if it falls like this, they trade back. If they didn't already trade up.
This is why they need to trade up.
Yes, this is exactly why I do think they will trade up. But if the ball falls like this, I don't really like anyone here right now. The most recent one that I saw without them trading up was Keldrick Falk, but that feels like a super reach at pick 12. I do like Thieneman at safety.
He's good.
He is good. I just don't know if that's like. I don't know if Thieneman would be who they would want at 12. If he's there at 20, yes.
Yeah.
The one that I keep seeing the most outside of Falk was Jermod McCoy, which I hate. Just because he's a question mark.
He was hurt last year, but the year before, I think he was the best corner in this class.
Yeah, and the Cowboys are usually the team that does take a flyer on one of those guys. Like, I mean, they did it with Micah. I know Micah wasn't hurt, but Micah didn't play his whole junior year due to COVID or whatever. And then they had the Jalen Smith. And who else would? I mean, they usually take a flyer probably in the second round, not this early. But I would go Thieneman in this scenario, but I think Dallas would go McCoy.
So what are you doing?
I'm just going to draft the way I want to. I'm going Thieneman.
Thieneman? All right.
I don't love it there, but we'll take it.
Rams.
I wonder if we have the same idea here.
They let Adams walk. All they got is Puka, Malachi Lemon, or Makai Lemon.
Maybe they have Puka.
Yeah, maybe.
Did they let?
It's been a wild offseason.
Walk though.
Adams?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. I'm going Makai Lemon here.
That's who I would go to. Even if Adams is there, I would still do it.
Well, the only thing I'm thinking is I don't know medicals. Jordan Tyson. I think Jordan Tyson is the best wide receiver,
Yeah,
but I don't know medicals.
that's fair.
So, Makai Lemon, you are an LA Ram. And like my favorite podcast says, low moving costs. USC to LA, same area.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So the Ravens, who will they go for? They need offensive line help since Linderbaum is gone, but there's no really. I mean, they could go the Penn State guy.
I don't think he's a center. That's the only thing. I think they would go Spencer Fano here.
That's kind of what I think too. Either or that would they take a flyer on Tyson? But I
They
think they would
could.
go. I think they would go Fano here as well. That's my top choice was Fano, but I was just kind of scrolling through to look at other, positional needs and stuff like that. But I don't. There's no need for some of these guys.
I think
there's no crazy linebackers in this first round, anyways, other than Styles, really.
Owane could be really good on that line, though. He might actually be the pick.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
I'm gonna go Fano, whatever. And then the Buccaneers are on the clock.
Would the Buccaneers go McCoy or would they go O line? I think they'd go O line. I'm done. Take Takeover here since he didn't go at 14.
I believe if in your scenario, because you picked the Chiefs to take Sadiq, I could see him going there to the Bucks.
I can't hear you. I think my headset died.
Yeah, it sounds like you're coming from your phone. Can you hear me through your phone?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, your headset died.
My charging case is dead. That would explain it.
That would explain all of it. At least I don't hear an echo, so we're good.
That's annoying.
Do you have a plug right now?
I don't have a plug down here, no.
No. Rip. The Jets go with McCoy?
The Jets could go a number of ways.
Or would they go Messidor? I don't mind that one.
I don't mind Messidor. I don't mind either of the two injured ones in McCoy or Tyson.
Yeah.
But
I feel like they'll play it safe in terms of someone who they know will be on the field and go Messidor.
That is totally fair.
So we'll go Messidor to the Jets at pick 16.
Now I'm up with the Lions. I don't love Monroe.
I mean, they say you don't love it, but that is a massive human being, 6'7", 300 pounds.
Yeah.
That is a big boy.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Skipper or somebody just retired or was released or something like that. So they do need a tackle.
I also do. I think I would have had Monroe go earlier somehow, but I'm gonna take Monroe Freeling here. Who I actually think gets taken by them is I think Caden Proctor goes to the Lions.
Okay. That's a big boy too.
I'll take Monroe Freeling since he fell there.
This is a good spot for the Vikings. I think if he's here, if the Cowboys do trade up, then I think they'll be getting Dylan Thieneman. to replace Harrison Smith, but I could see them going Emmanuel McNeil-Warren here, or even trading up to try to get Jeremiah Love. I don't know what they would use to trade up. Or
You're talking Vikings doing?
Yeah. Or this is the perfect team to take a flyer on a wide receiver that potentially might not, because they have Jordan Addison and they have Jefferson. They could ease Tyson in. But I'm gonna go McNeil-Warren to replace Harrison Smith.
Okay. Panthers. What could I see the Panthers doing?
Well, they got Phillips. They need weapons for Bryce.
They do. I think they have to go Jordan Tyson.
Not Omar Cooper.
I like Omar Cooper, but Jordan Tyson's so much better.
Tyson with Tet. I like it. And then the Cowboys with pick 20. And I took Thieneman with the first pick.
Jamad McCoy is right there, man.
He is. But I'm looking at how this specific draft fell, and I don't mind CJ Allen, even though he's more traditional middle linebacker. That would move DeMarvion Overshown to be the everything guy.
Yep.
I don't know. I kind of like Avion Terrell better. What?
Okay.
Over McCoy?
Yeah.
I just think of it from my perspective. I think here I'm gonna draft McCoy because I think if this fell like this, that's the way it would go. But they paid Diggs. He got hurt. Was the same. They played Bland. Bland's been struggling to get on the fucking field. So why would they draft another corner who is having issues getting on the field?
I'm not a Avion Terrell believer. I won't be taking him in this first round.
No, I mean, someone on the field is better than someone off the field is where I'm coming. That's but I think Dallas won't have this pick. So that's why it's like,
Okay, so you're taking Jamad McCoy?
Yes.
Okay. Jamad McCoy is who I wanted here for the Steelers. Steelers, what do I see them doing? They don't need more edge.
I could see them going Proctor.
That's what I was just looking at. Yeah, I'm going to go Proctor here.
And
you're up with the Chargers. Do you want me to tell you what I would hate to see them do?
Yes.
Keldrick Falk.
Based on how this fell, or you think Falk will fall this far?
I think both. My big thing is I don't want him learning underneath Mac.
That's fair. That's fair. But could you see him taking Caleb Banks, big boy from Florida?
I could see Caleb Banks. I would more say my big thing with D tackle is I'm thinking it was just a down year still for Peter Woods. I think he's still probably the best D tackle in the draft.
And actually, that's what for Peter Woods, I think he's projected to be the first interior lineman. I think
I think it's Caden McDonald. I think. I don't know, but I think last year at this time we were saying Peter Woods is a top 10 pick.
Yeah.
He played all of last year, so it wasn't an injury thing, but he looked awesome the year before. Part of me is thinking that it's just he had a bad season.
Well, in the interest of making Joe scared, give me Falk.
Okay, valid.
I was gonna go with. I was thinking Omar Cooper slightly. And then I think they'll go. I think they will go defense with the first pick. At least
this is where I think Omar Cooper goes.
Philadelphia.
Yes. I also think this is a good another place that Sadiq will go.
Is the Eagles?
Yes.
Well,
but I'm gonna pick Omar Cooper Jr. here. I think
that throws over the middle, though.
What?
I said they don't have a quarterback that throws over the middle.
They don't, but Omar Cooper, he's a fighter. So I believe in the kid as well. I just don't think he's as talented as the other three wide receivers. I think he will outwork the other three. I don't know on talent alone where he goes though.
I have no idea at this moment in time who the Browns are going to take.
Who'd you have him taken with the first pick?
I don't
Francis
remember.
Milano. Okay.
So we already did tackle.
This would have been a great place for Mark Cooper Jr.
Well, I was thinking Denzel Boston.
Yeah, I can see it.
And I think that's what I'm going to go with. What I broke it. I went to see my previous draft, but now it's not letting me like go back into the draft to pick the guy. It just says I'm on the clock. Oh, there it is. Figured it out. Yeah. I'm gonna go Denzel Boston. I think they will give their young.
He goes higher than people think.
I think that the Browns potentially attempt to give their two young quarterbacks, and I don't know how much I believe this, but God, he's been sucky for so bad. What the fuck is his name? What's their massage therapist quarterback?
Watson, Deshaun Watson.
He's apparently they're paying him, so they might end up playing him. But we've seen him play. He's not good anymore.
Yeah.
Just fucking cut him.
I'm up here with the Bears.
I do not know why
I'm taking Peter Woods.
Taking who?
Peter Woods.
Okay.
I think he's the best defensive lineman, interior defensive lineman in the draft still. Give me him.
For the Bills. Maybe Caden McDonald.
I could see Caden McDonald. I could also see CJ Allen.
Yeah, I could see. The only thing with CJ Allen is I feel like with the play style with what the hell? I'm so bad with names right now.
I don't even know who their new DC is.
Oh, they don't have him anymore. Oh yeah, they just got Bradley Chubb. They got CJ Gardner-Johnson. Yeah, I'll go CJ Allen here. I'm drawing a blank on Matt Milano. That's who it was. But according to their depth chart, he's not there anymore. So I'll go CJ Allen.
Okay.
Where did Matt Milano end up? I was
know.
kind of saying that they weren't the same type of player.
All right.
The Niners. I think they're going to try to get the other Bosa. They're going to have the Bosa brothers.
I know, that's why I don't want to take an edge, even though like I'm looking at the edges here.
And I think that would actually be sick. And they already got they got Oso Digizua from Dallas. Dre Greenlaw came back.
This is also another sneaky Kenyon Sadiq place.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to take Caden McDonald.
Okay.
Because who are their D tackles? Because I think they'll have both Bosa brothers.
Hopefully you don't change your mind, because on my end I selected him, but their defensive tackles are Osa and Alfred Collins.
Mm. They probably don't do this then, but I still think interior defensive line is. I think Caden McDonald's too good to pass up.
Yeah, they can always go deeper. The only other thing I would think is they would go offensive line for Trent Williams.
They could have done that. Could have done Blake Miller.
Yeah. Blake Miller or Max Inkachakachukachuku.
A Hanacher.
Why do they have to have these names? Like,
yep.
I am Iron Man.
Yep.
Max Iron Man. That's his new name. So the Texans, we got DT potentially. Any good ones available
Caleb
right
Banks
now?
is still there.
Oh yeah, he is. They need offensive line, but not necessarily tackles. Would they
Prignon or whatever, the
guard
Oregon guy?
Would they reach was my thought, and I think I will go Caleb Banks, just because, like, with Caleb Banks, then they already have Sheldon Rankins on the interior, and then just Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson just feasting, because Banks is a big motherfucking guy.
Yep. Make your strength even stronger. Yes.
Exactly. So we'll go Caleb Banks. And then we got the Chiefs.
Chiefs, I picked Sadiq. He's right. Chiefs, I think TJ Parker's better than this, but I don't know that he fits what they do. Avion Terrell doesn't play man coverage well enough to be their type of corner.
What about Cassius Howell?
Cassius Howell.
Or Colton Hood?
I was looking at Cassius Howell, TJ Parker, and Colton Hood, to be honest. I think TJ Parker is one that scares me the most. I think he's got the higher
upside.
I think.
I think
I don't like Cassius Howell.
So you're thinking Parker?
Yeah, TJ Parker.
All I know is that Chris Jones needs help.
Oh God. Finns I need an offensive lineman. Blake Miller. Bring me on. I like Caleb Lone a lot though. But I'm not gonna overdraft. I'm gonna take Blake Miller. I don't love it, but I'm gonna take him.
Okie dokie. And then the Patriots. See, what I would do for the Patriots is draft a tackle and put Will Campbell on the inside. That's what I would do. I don't think they will. So even if Max Iron Man is here, the only other spots that they really need on their defense, maybe edge. Maybe this is where Cassius Howell goes.
What's that?
Maybe this is where Cassius Howell goes.
I can see it. I could also see him going instead of TJ Parker. I would hate the TJ Parker one more.
Yeah, because I'm looking at all these other well, that's way too much of a stretch for Jacob Rodriguez.
I don't know that it is.
You think they would take him? I think they would go D-line before they go linebacker.
I agree, but I think Jacob Rodriguez is going to be good.
See, Jacob Rodriguez is my hope that somehow ends up with Dallas as their next pick outside of the first. If he falls. I'll take Cassius. And then I mean, I feel like it's dumb. But I feel like the Seattle, their biggest needs are the positions that they traded away or let leave in free agency. And because they don't have a pick early in the second, they have to wait. I think they might go to Jerry and Price here.
I filtered positions to RB.
I did not. I just scrolled down.
I filtered positions to RB.
So is that who you think they would go with, Jerry and Price?
I think if another art running back is going in the first round, this is the best spot for it.
Yep, I agree. So we're taking Jadarian Price with it. Let's grade our draft. And that took really long, so let's just talk about the trades instead of going through the draft again. It doesn't give me a grade. Does it give you a grade? Or do you have to pay for it?
Does not give me a grade.
Okay, so looking at it, Joe, what picks do you like? What picks don't you like?
If I were to do something different, I think Carnell Tate goes 8 and Ruben Bang goes 9.
Okay.
I think because I think Carnell Tate goes really well opposite of Olave.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I could see it. But for the Saints, I did that. Those were the two that I was back and forth with.
I think the Saints will prioritize getting weapons right now to see if their quarterback is the quarterback of the future.
Fair.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. If not, then they're going to be bad, and then they can get a quarterback in the next draft.
Correct. I do think Jordan Tyson goes earlier. I just couldn't find a spot for him.
Yeah.
Because I don't think the Bucs are taking another wide receiver. I think the Rams are probably in love with Lemon because I've seen a lot of Lemon to the Rams.
Me too. I've seen that as well.
So I want Tyson to go earlier because I think he's awesome. I just don't know where. But I think the trade spots to watch out for are the Cardinals, the Browns' first pick,
Mm-hmm.
and I think the Giants' second pick.
Okay. I obviously we both think the same thing, and the Cowboys swap pick 12 and 20 for 6 and 39.
Yes.
Move up to get to get Sonny Styles at pick 6. And then at 39, I could see
Jacob Rodriguez.
While also taking Sonny Styles.
Well, I think Caleb Downs is who they're trading up for.
It depends on how the Giants see the Giants. I think the Giants having pick 10, that gives them a shot where they're going to get one of the premier defenders, if not two. Unless or they trade that 10th pick and see what they can get for it. So because unless Jeremiah Love's there, if Jeremiah Love is there at 5, then I think the Giants will take him.
Yeah.
And then I don't think they'll trade out of that spot because then they'll still take one of those players. So, yeah.
I don't know why, but Caden Proctor is going to the Lions. I don't know why, but
it's one of those things. Like I said, Cooper DeJean was going to the Eagles. It's just like you have that feeling, like it just.
I feel like he is a Lion.
Yeah, and another thing that I've seen a lot with the Cowboys is that they reach with Messidor at 12. It's not really a big reach, but they go Messidor at 12 and then end up with McCoy at 20. Like at 20 is McCoy unless Mansour Delane gets there, which another reason why Dallas needs to trade up is, well, obviously Cincinnati's not there anymore, but prior to when Cincinnati was there, the Chiefs, the Bengals, and the Dolphins all have very similar needs to the Cowboys.
Correct.
So they have to try to do something. And maybe we see something with George Pickens. I don't know. Will he play in a franchise tag? I hope. I'm down for that. One more year of Pickens and then trade him. But if they were able to flip him for a late first rounder, early second rounder, I wouldn't be mad because they got him for a 4th.
I think the only team that you could do that with, I think you're already talking about trades with, I think the Browns. Yeah. I think those first 4 wide receivers go. You could see the Browns do something crazy with the 24th pick.
AJ Brown too.
Yep.
So, yeah. So, just to wrap this up, I've heard, because this isn't a crazy draft in terms of talent. All the known talent outside of people who are good that could be great or vice versa is in those top 10. Essentially, all the superstars is in that top 10. That we could see a lot. We could see a lot of people flip flopping. Like I know we flirted with the Cardinals and Titans flip flopping.
Yep.
We could see a lot of that type of stuff, and I hope to see Dallas move up to get. I don't know if he'd slip. So I mentioned, I think if Dallas trades up to 6, I don't think you can take Downs at 6. Not to trade all that for a safety. So and if they did trade up to 6, I think they go Sonny. But like I mentioned, they've been linked with trading with the Chiefs. If Downs is available at 9, then they're only trading up 3 spots.
I think the Cardinals would like to trade down to take Sonny. Does that make sense?
Yeah, to not take him at 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's my hypothetical is I think our first 3 picks are the first 3 players to go, and then I think
It's just
Sonny Styles goes 4 to the Cardinals.
It's just a matter of how it, because I've also heard Dallas tries to get into spot 4 or spot 3. Because I've seen a lot of different, but the most where there's smoke, there's fire. The most mock drafts I've seen is Dallas at 6, Sonny Styles.
Yeah.
And like a hybrid linebacker, because he used to be a safety.
Yep.
So I think that is something that would go well with DeMarvion Overshown. They got fucking fat boys up front, and if you have a decent pass rush, a decent front 7, it can mask your secondary just a little bit, which they did address their secondary in free agency with getting PJ Locke and what the fuck is his name? The guy from the Cardinals. The safe Jalen Thompson. That's what it was.
A safety from the Cardinals, and you think you addressed your DBs?
They went after somebody, so I don't think they're. I don't know that they'll go Downs. I think that's because Downs is projected to be in the top 5, and I don't think they're going to make it to the top 5.
I think Downs is the best player in the draft, so I don't view anything getting Downs a bad thing.
Oh, I'll be floored.
I think he is absolutely incredible.
I do too. I think both of them would be home run picks for the Cowboys, Downs or Styles.
I told you before we started that I listened to an entire 7-round mock draft. That one got my actual worst case scenario for the Chiefs. The Chiefs got Caleb Downs at 9.
Yeah.
And Kenyon Sadiq at 29.
Oh, wow.
My heart dang near stopped at work while I was listening to it. Like, Kenyon Sadiq made it past the Eagles, and I'm like, come on, guys, you're doing this to hurt me.
Remember the Eagles traded above the Cowboys to take Dallas Goedert?
Yeah.
Because that's who basically Dallas was going to take.
Yep.
But yeah, I think if Dallas ends up with Downs or Styles, if they take Downs and then get Jacob Rodriguez, I'm fine with that.
Oh, and you want to know what's worse about this 7-round mock draft I listened to? With the Chiefs' 2nd-round pick, they had the choice to take Peter Woods. They could have taken him. They didn't, thankfully.
He was available to go to pair with Chris Jones.
They passed up on Caleb Downs, Kenyon Sadiq, and Peter Woods, and I went to the bathroom because I was like, I don't know that I can move.
Yeah, you had to go puke or poop or get something out of you.
It was the most disgusting thing I'd seen. Love those guys, love them, but they wanted to kill me that day.
Was it Locked On one or was it?
No, it was this NFL Stock Exchange with Trevor Sikkema and Connor Rogers.
Trevor was from Locked On though, wasn't he?
Yeah. Oh, back when we worked together, yes.
Yeah. So he moved on to bigger and better things.
Well, he moved on and worked at PFF until PFF let him go. They let go of all of that talent. What's it called? Social media or whatever talent. They let go of all of it. He was the guy who full on added players to the PFF mock draft simulator.
Oh, nice. Nice. Well, shit. Well, then, yeah, I think I like who the Broncos took in the first round. That was a good pick.
Thanks. Yep. Jalen Waddle, pretty awesome.
Yeah, to get a receiver who you've already known has gotten over 1,000 yards receiving in the NFL is pretty solid.
Yep.
You didn't take a chance. You got a shot. You got a guy.
Yeah, and if we're looking at pick 30, would I take Blake Miller or Jalen Waddle? I'm taking Jalen Waddle 10 out of 10 times.
Are you gonna get a Waddle jersey? You should.
Maybe.
You should.
I don't want to sleep on the couch, man.
You don't get many Broncos jerseys. A Waddle jersey would be awesome. Oh, okay. There we go. No, you got to
I don't
get
want to sleep on the couch.
a Waddle Dolphins jersey. Hoofda. Wait, what does this do? Oh, I can't do that. Okay, never mind. Click the X. There's a button that says show comments on stage. Apparently it would be like a filter thing where it would just like kind of show them as they come. That's probably a good thing. My ADHD could not handle that.
No, absolutely.
So I just before we do minimal in NBA talk, I just want to do a quick blindside with you. So the football is technically back because the UFL came back. And I just wanted to ask if do you know Hunter Deckers is in the UFL now?
He is?
Yeah.
For what team?
I was gonna say, can you guess? Because it's awesome. I'll give you the list of UFL teams, and I think you'll be able to guess it, knowing that it's awesome. But all right, here we go. So I think there's 8. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams. All right. Some of them I know you've heard of, obviously the Dallas Renegades, the DC Defenders, the St. Louis Battlehawks, and the Birmingham Stallions. Those teams are the there's one more. The Louisville Kings, apparently. No, wait. Whatever, doesn't matter. So the teams are the Birmingham Stallions, the Columbus Aviators, the Dallas Renegades, the DC Defenders, the Houston Gamblers, the Louisville Kings, the Orlando Storm, and the St. Louis Battlehawks.
St. Louis.
No, it's more ironic than that.
DC Defenders.
Hunter Deckers is the quarterback for the Houston Gamblers.
Allegedly.
No, I don't think he's like the starter, but according to isn't that Tua's brother? Tua Tagovailoa?
I think so.
So he is, based on what I'm looking, his efficiency is the best of the 3 quarterbacks, but he's only played 2 games. But he has the highest completion percentage, most yards, the longest pass, and the most yards per game.
Hey, he's a good quarterback. He's a good kid too, but
he's
questionable decision making at times.
He was like, what was he, 20?
Yeah.
The Houston Gamblers, so ironic. And I've been holding this in for like weeks because I knew about it. This is like a month-long blindside. And I believe he's still on the Saints practice squad too, I think. Like, or he has a chance. Like, I think he's just trying to play, and then, either way, that's, what they say, the best position in football is backup quarterback.
Alex Moran.
All right. So let's pivot to the NBA playoffs, which I'm sure Joe doesn't even know who plays who. Do you know any of the round matchups?
Minnesota versus the Nuggets.
Okay.
Because I saw a TikTok of Rudy Gobert trying to do a behind the back pass in the final few minutes
Okay. Well,
of a game.
You're right there.
Um,
Oh,
I don't
wow.
know.
Okay. Well, it's the Raptors and Cavs.
Give me the Cavs.
I'm also would take the Cavs. It's the Timberwolves and Nuggets.
Give me the Nuggets.
I also
I want the Timberwolves to win, but give me the Nuggets. Jokic is the best player in the world.
Agreed. Knicks and Hawks.
Give me the Knicks.
Agreed. Lakers and Rockets.
Is Luka back?
Not yet, but the Lakers took game 1. I don't know if that changes anything.
Doesn't. Is Luka back?
He's not. Not yet.
Give
He is
me the
projected
Rockets.
to be back by game 4 or 5. I think them winning game 1 makes me say Lakers. I think LeBron can beat the Rockets. What's OBA?
Oba.
What the fuck is Oba?
He is my favorite new wrestler. He is younger than me, and he's awesome.
Okay, so you're taking the Rockets then?
Yeah.
Celtics, Sixers.
Give me the Celtics.
That's an easy one. And Thunder, Suns.
Give me the Thunder.
And the last two are
give me the Reps.
Fair. And then we got Magic, Pistons.
Cade has still the lung issues, doesn't he?
He's back.
Oh, he is back?
Cade's back. Cade came back with a couple games left.
Give me the Pistons then.
And then the Trailblazers and the Spurs.
Wemby, he's a freak.
He is a freak. And I'm just checking. With the exception of the Rockets over the Lakers, you picked the favorite in every series.
Really? The Nuggets are the favorite over the Timberwolves?
Yeah, it's close, but it's based off standings, it's like you picked the top 4 seeds except for the Lakers. I think they're
who's out for the Rockets? Is anybody out?
Kevin Durant was game 1 with knee issues.
But is Sengun and Thompson healthy?
As far as I know, yeah. I
would take Sengun, Durant, and Thompson over LeBron and Reeves. So that's my whole reasoning.
Reeves is not even in. It's just LeBron. It's LeBron and Rui. Marcus Smart just came back. I personally believe that if the Lakers already stole game 1. I say steal. It was a home game. I think that gives Luka enough time. If this series is 2-2 or 3-2 Rockets, when Luka comes back, I'm taking the Lakers. I just maybe it's too reliant on Luka coming back, but Finn's gonna be the demon?
Yeah.
Why am I not getting these notifications for that? Every time Finn's the demon, though, he loses. I don't think I've ever seen him win as the demon.
I have.
I feel like he always loses. But yeah, I'm taking the Lakers. I'm taking all of the top 4 seeds on both sides because I'm rooting for chaos. Because then I want the Lakers will get steamrolled by the Thunder most likely. But yeah,
When would the Thunder have to match up against the Spurs?
not to the Eastern Conference Finals. So basically, Luka getting hurt ruined the whole thing because this is what happened. So if the Lakers would have been able to stay in the 3 spot, then the Thunder would have had to play the Nuggets in the second round, and then the Lakers or the Spurs in the third in the finals.
But when
because
so
the
next
Lakers,
round is Spurs Nuggets.
Next round will be Spurs Nuggets. Yes,
because the Nuggets are going to win that because Jokic owns Wemby, and then the Nuggets are going to get beat by the Thunder.
Luka getting hurt and the Lakers dropping out of the 3 seed made the Thunder path is now I forgot who they're playing right now already. They play the Suns, and then they will play the winner of they'll play the best they'll play the worst possible matchup. So most likely they'll play either the Lakers or the Rockets because we both think the Spurs and Nuggets will win. So they'll play the Lakers or the Rockets, and then they will play the Spurs or the Nuggets. So they have the easiest path and the best record.
Yeah. Also, I saw the comment. Paige is back.
I saw that.
She is tag team champion.
Yeah. Whenever she comes back, she wins the title. Predictable. So let's see. Oh, wait, can't forget this.
Caitlin Clark is awesome. Sophie Cunningham is also awesome. I am Iron Man.
What? There was no build-up. What the hell?
And I am an Oba feminist.
What the fuck? What? I might look up Oba. I don't know who that is. Let's talk WrestleMania, Joe. How did you feel about WrestleMania last night? I've seen a lot of negative.
So I remember WrestleMania being mostly wrestling matches and not mostly commercials. It's kind of wild.
I heard it was 4 hours, but it was only an hour and a half versus with matches.
Yeah, it was not great. It was not great. Yeah, not thrilled.
The main event
they're using WrestleMania more like a build-up thing than a culmination thing too, which is weird.
Yeah, I'm looking at these matches and I don't know who these people are. Wait, why?
You should know. I'm gonna be real honest. You should learn who Stephanie Vaquer is. She is gorgeous.
So it's CM Punk versus Roman
tonight? Yeah.
And then he's pulling out the demon against Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah, Finn was kicked out of Judgment Day.
I got to give the people what they ask for.
So, WrestleMania last night was very not great. Let's say, the Gunther Seth match, while it was phenomenal, the ending was dog water. They used it as a build up for a different rivalry. Odd, don't really love it. The Randy Orton Cody Rhodes thing doesn't feel done. So odd. The tag team championship match. Why do we even have it be a fatal 4-way? What was the real point of it?
She said 5 seconds are up. Thanks, Joe. Oh, I gotta look up.
I saw
Oba.
somewhere that Pat McAfee's entrance was half the time of the women's championship match. So yeah, it's not good. It's not good.
That is a big dude.
Oba?
Yeah.
Oba is awesome.
He's
Oh,
6'6".
and she's telling you to look up Trick. Trick Williams is
He's 6'6", 310.
yeah.
That's Trick Williams.
Trick Williams, he is a very good talker on the mic.
Did he ever perform under a different name?
Trick, he played in the NFL for the Eagles.
Because he looks familiar.
But WrestleMania felt like a continuous build-up rather than a culmination that's ending the story, which I think is bad promoting.
Whoop that trick. Does he say that?
Yes, that's what the fans chant as he's entering.
Okay. It looks like he was never actually on the Eagles, but he did their mini camp tryout.
I've just seen a video of him in number 8 jersey, I think it was.
Yeah. His picture on his Wikipedia is him in the Eagles jersey wearing number 8. But it looks like he had a pretty severe hamstring injury.
Yep. He's great on the mic. Javon Evans, he is like 22 years old, 21 years old, and he reminds me of Jeff Hardy.
I'm looking up Sol Ruka.
Oh, she does a front flip RKO is her finisher. Off the springboard.
She's born in Ontario, Canada. She's billed from Honolulu, Hawaii.
She's cool. But she's still in NXT right now.
Who's the other person I'm supposed to look up?
Javon Evans. He is a like 6'5" guy, but he moves like a high flyer.
Yeah, he's 21.
But he moves like he's a high flyer. His vibe very much reminds me of Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, I don't know any of these people. Like
The young talent they're building up is pretty dang good.
it sounds like they're not using it right though.
No, absolutely not.
Who's Jade Cargill? Who's that?
Women's champion of SmackDown. She is a monster. She kind of looks like Storm. And her entrance says a storm is coming, so she's obviously just a big Storm fan.
Okay. I obviously know Sammy. Penta. What's a Penta?
Penta is a luchador.
He's 41. I've never heard of him. Who's Stephanie? What? Like you talking about Stephanie?
Vaquer.
Oh.
She was the champion. She lost to Liv last night.
Oh, is this Intercontinental the ladder match just a bunch of high flyers and then Rusev?
Yes. Yes. 100% is.
I don't even have to look at their name. I don't know who Dragon Lee is or JD McDonough.
Well, McDonough's part of the Judgment Day. Think Finn Balor.
So skinny.
Yeah. Him and Finn are roughly the same size.
But then there's just I've seen him before. Yeah. Then just Rusev just happens to be in there. So just one big guy with a bunch of guys. So naturally, Rusev is gonna win, right?
Who knows?
They're all freaking luchadors.
Zack Ryder's back, but underneath the name Matt Cardona.
That's his real name.
Yes.
I knew that. He still does the woo, doesn't he? Because I feel like I saw him come back.
No, he does always ready.
You don't get ready, stays ready.
Yep.
Okay.
I want Javon Evans to win the ladder match.
And this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 matches.
Oba has to win. If Oba doesn't win, I riot.
Well, Brock always wins at WrestleMania.
If Oba doesn't win, I riot.
Okay. But
I think Oba is the next face of the company.
without me knowing anything, here's me picking my picks.
I think Oba is the next face of the company.
He's a big dude.
He is awesome.
So Roman's face right now, kind of. It's CM Punk face.
They're both. I don't know.
They're both mercenaries.
They're both Randy post 2014, 15.
Okay, so CM Punk's gonna cheat to win. Okay. I don't know much about Jade, but I know a lot about Rhea, so I'm gonna take Rhea.
I hope so.
And then I don't know much about Trick Williams, but I know a lot about Sami Zayn, so Sami Zayn will lose.
Sami Zayn. So people are big mad about this actually, because Carmelo Hayes had the IC or the US title, and he was doing an awesome job. And with like 1 month left to WrestleMania, they had Sami Zayn beat him, and now Hayes is not at WrestleMania. And it's just like, why? Why'd you do that? You could have had Hayes versus Trick.
So if that's the case, is Sammy a face right now?
He's acting face, but everybody's booing him.
Okay, so he's gonna win then.
Everybody's booing him.
He's going to win because it keeps. Then they're going to tune in every time he has a match.
He keeps like every time he cuts a promo, he goes like, "I know there's a loud minority right now that's booing me, but the real Sammy heads, I know you're out there."
Nice. So
like he says that every week.
Yeah, Sammy's going to win. Because of that, because that's going to drive people crazy. Intercontinental Championship. Is Trick Willie a nickname, or is that something that you just called him?
Trick Willie is a nickname.
Okay. I just have to make sure. The Intercontinental Championship. I don't know anything about any of these people except for Rey Mysterio and Rusev. And
Penta is the current champ.
As far as like the funniest thing would be Rusev winning.
Give it to Javon. Let the young kid do it.
The funniest thing is Rusev, but whenever something like this usually happens, it's usually a retained thing, and it comes up to be something like where it sets up a one-on-one later.
Yeah.
So I'll take Penta to retain with Javon climbing up the ladder with him, and someone knocks Javon off.
The biggest problem with it is primarily faces.
Yeah.
Like I think the only two heels are Rusev and JD.
Okay. And then it's a street fight. The Demon as a street fight versus Dominic. I've only seen the Demon lose. I can't recall a time that I actually saw him win.
Judgment Day's interfering, and Dom's gonna win.
Yeah, well, it's a street fight. I was going Dom, and I have no idea who Oba is and what he brings.
Oba Femi. I'm an Oba feminist.
I think I'm gonna say Brock. They made this.
Have you seen
Brock
Kit Wilson?
Who?
Kit Wilson.
No. Is it just...
He goes around telling everybody that they're toxic masculinity, and he was saying that to Oba Femi, and Oba Femi said, "I'm an Oba feminist." So that's why I keep saying it.
Why is I wish I would have looked up Kit He's wearing a tube top that doesn't cover his nipples.
And he's kind of a tag team partner with The Miz right now.
Oh my God. Does Miz do that too? Did Miz go back to the fedora?
No.
With the John Morrison days, Eminem. Wait, who was the other person I was supposed to look up? As a female wrestler?
Stephanie Vaquer.
She's from Chile.
She's very pretty.
She's very short. Oh, she's the one who's been training with Sheamus. I've seen her before. I remember if it was like a TikToker or something like that.
She's dating the Miles Bourne or whatever that people are saying he looks like Randy Orton's kid.
Is that a real face tattoo?
I don't think she has a face tattoo.
Maybe it's just paint.
Yeah.
Because it's like about her eye. The only pictures I see of her with is with that stuff on her face. Kiana James.
She's from Sioux City.
Yeah. Where did they bill her from?
Sioux City.
Oh, really?
Yep.
She's trained by Sean Spears and Tyler Breeze.
She's actually pretty good. But
all right. Well, that was me catching up on WWE stuff. I picked my picks. I'm not going to remember them, so someone hold me accountable.
Watch me go. I forgot your picks already.
Watch me go perfect.
I don't know how many of them I disagree with. The Oba one I disagree with because it's Oba.
Yeah, well, I don't know who he is, so there's no bias in my pick. Other than me not knowing who he is, I guess. Here. Ooh, holy darkness, Batman.
It did get really dark in here really fast.
All right. So why isn't it showing me the list again? Okay, whatever. So I picked CM Punk.
Gross.
I think that's what I picked, right? Because he's fighting Roman, right?
Yeah. Gross.
Yeah, I picked Brock. I think Penta's going to retain. I'll pick Dominic. I think Sammy will win, knowing the information that you gave me that everybody is booing him. So any reaction with wrestling is a good reaction. I'll take Ripley and CM Punk. But I think he'll cheat. Yeah, and 100% the Demon's getting jumped. He's 100% getting jumped. Like Dominic is winning. It's a street fight.
Yep. I agree.
And that's a perfect 6 for 6. Go ahead and put it on a do it on a card, bet on it, do a parlay. That's the word I was looking for. Parlay. Instead I said card. And then Penta will retain. How many did I have everybody retaining? No, not everybody.
No, Rhea won.
Yeah, I have her winning. Yeah. I feel like that's fair. I like it. And then we get to at the end of WrestleMania, will just be the Cult of Personality playing for like 20 minutes. No, I think CM Punk will reign. We will acknowledge CM Punk.
I will never. I
I like to choose CM Punk for things because I know why Joe doesn't like him on a personal level, and it's fun this way.
I will never.
You know what? Give me the Miz to randomly show up and win every match, including the women's belt. That's my Grand Slam champion right there. The Miz winning the women's title.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, give me the Miz and Dolph. Joe, who would you pick in a match versus CM Punk and Dolph Ziggler?
I'd probably just stop watching it.
I love Dolph too. The Miz and Dolph are best friends, and I love that. And they're both Browns fans, so I have to feel a little sorry for them.
I'd probably just stop watching the match.
Yeah. Well, this has become more of a terrible podcast in the last like 30 minutes. We're just been shitting. So we'll wrap this up. We covered a lot. It's a longer episode, but who knows next time we'll be back. I don't know. Apparently I have to call Joe to get his attention. Hey, the Cubs just won. Woo woo. Well, yeah. If you think we're still awesome, then you should follow us and give us 5-star ratings and do all that stuff. And we are available everywhere you get your podcasts. And Joe is really close. Oh, and last but not least,
Asta.